The Trump White House has added new plaques beneath the portraits in the Presidential Walk of Fame, a gallery honoring America's presidents. The plaques criticize some of President Donald Trump's Democratic predecessors, echoing his long-standing rhetoric. One calls former President Biden the worst president in American history, while another describes former President Barack Obama as one of the most divisive political figures in American history. This follows an earlier change in which Biden's portrait was replaced with an image of an autopen. Trump has frequently criticized the uses of autopens, a device presidents of both parties have long used, claiming President Biden's signature was placed on documents without his authorization. President Trump has said he intends to repeal any of Biden-era actions signed using the autopen. Do you think these plaques need to come down, or is it President Trump's right, since he is the sitting president within the White House? Now is the time to join us at 713-440-8870.
I'm going to start this off with, I'm angry. And I don't usually get this worked up over stuff. This one angers me beyond belief. It is rude, disrespectful, inappropriate, opens a terrible possible tradition of presidents just changing how they want to But on the other hand, I don't think any other president would have done this. And I don't think any president in the future, God willing, would do something like this. I think It's just beneath us all as people. It's the people's house. It's rude and insulting to these people who have served our country at the highest level.
Glad to see you angry.
Yeah, I have an opinion. There
yes,
you go.
There you
I like
go.
angry.
When I become president and they say President Billingsley, what's the first thing you're going to do as president? I'm going to say redecorate.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of that ballroom, all that gold. I'm fixing this hallway. There's so much that has become. Well, talk about the Trump Kennedy Center. Oh my God, no, is so petty.
Yeah,
it's beyond belief. I don't know if you read any of the plaques.
Yes.
But it's just the one hope was that it did say that Obama was the first black president, indicating hopefully we can have another. It didn't disparage that part of the Obama plaque, which is kind of surprised me.
I think a lot of people, though, that really, like President Trump and like what he's doing would say, oh, come on, it's not that big of a deal. Don't take this so seriously. Wouldn't you want to put anything up within your house? I think there is that sentiment.
And look at the plaque. It's not just like a piece of paper. It is an engraved plaque. I mean, it's like the kind you see at war monuments. It's a plaque, and it's.
I don't have a problem with a person having a wink eye kind of poking fun at things. I have problems when it's the president of the United States placing a metal plaque, an engraved metal plaque on a wall, disparaging the predecessors. There should still be respect for the office. You may not like who's elected in from time to time, but you have to respect the position. And up until this point, as well as I remember, and if I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody will correct me here, presidents showed respect to those that came before them. They didn't have to like them. They fought them often in campaigns, but the office of the president puts someone in a position to at least be respected.
I honestly don't know what the plaques looked like before the change.
They didn't have them before they put this up.
Because this says new plaques. They're not new plaques. They are plaques that were never there.
From my perspective, when I look at the plaques, I ask myself, where has political civility gone?
Thank you.
And what are we teaching the next generation? And where and how can we as a nation get back to a place where we can all find that this is disrespectful?
Yeah.
Again, 713-440-8870. We are speaking about President Trump White House has added new plaques beneath the portraits in the Presidential Walk of Fame. Joining us now is Joseph from Tomball. Joseph, welcome to Hello Houston.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
The first word that comes to my mind when I see or hear this situation is bullying. I think President Trump was one of those biggest bullies in the school and the high school and university and whatever places go. And he is doing it from the White House widely to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're an American or you are outsider. He's bullying everybody that he can find. And that plaque was not supposed to be there because we have to preserve history, right? And 10 years from now, 15, 20 years from now, those teachers in the university going to go back to this presidency and see this is what they're going to teach. Donald Trump bullying everybody. And it's not right for historians. It's not right for our children, because I want my son to one day think as he's president of this country. But it's not going to happen, because see what he's looking at. And I don't want that for him. Thank you.
Joseph, thank you
Thanks,
for
Joseph.
calling. Yeah, it's just, you can have, and even in the past, you didn't criticize the past president. You may, on the campaign trail, you would, but once you got in office, you kind of.
Well, the
showed
criticism
respect.
came from the American people, which is why you won.
But
I mean, that was enough.
Right.
But
Excellent
now
point.
you don't. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. If you disagree, if you think that these plaques are appropriate and that Trump should point out these things, which, as I understand,
Which are lies.
he dictated himself. I can't imagine he wrote them, but it was his messaging he wanted under each of these pictures. Let us hear
Absolutely
from
it
you.
was.
We want to hear if you're in favor of this.
713-440-8870. Let's go to James from the Woodlands. James, welcome to Hello Houston.
Yes. Hello again, and Merry Christmas to everyone, and your listeners. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I've only served 3 years. I have an honorable discharge. I worked a live mission and intelligence, and I'm very proud of this. And this is why I called today. I didn't serve in my country and possibly put my life on line for a president to have the right to behave this way. This is beneath the dignity of the office of the President of the United States. And so, and then I said I would ask you a question. I'll hang up and listen. What right is there a law? Is there a precedent? What gives him the right to defame these portraits and behave in that manner? And I'll listen.
Okay, I want to ask you a question if you're still on. Given what you know now, would you sign up to be in the Army again?
Oh, I will serve my country without question.
Despite the
without
president.
question. Despite the president, I would give my life for my country, for the freedoms that we have. It is beyond any person, any office, any president. It's called being an American.
Right.
James, thank you so much. This really, and I have to say, James, you encapsulate what this whole season is about. And it's about giving and taking care of your own country. And we truly appreciate that. And I wish there were more folks like you out there. There are lots, and we should recognize all of them. But thank you very much for that.
James?
But I think to answer your question, because of the Constitution, the president's the head of state. It's his house when he's in it. Maybe the people's house, but the truth is somebody's in charge of how they want to decorate, what they want to do. Do they want to put up Christmas trees? Do they want to have the rainbow colors for Gay Pride and have the White House and the rainbow colors? They get to make those decisions about whether the Rose Garden stays or goes. Do we have a bowling alley? Do we put a swimming pool in? It's up to him.
I
So
don't
if he wants
know
to
if
do
that's
this, he certainly
100%
can.
accurate. I think that there is the national trust, I think, has to,
Yes.
any kind of structural changes to
There
the
are
home has to go
committees
through.
Well,
within
where
a
are they?
long-standing
Well, they're
organization.
suing.
Well,
They're
let's see
suing
if
the
they
president
win.
currently. But
Going back to James's comments, I think James brings up one of the things that he said that really stuck out to me was, where is the dignity?
yes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that is the word that I think we need to continue to going back to. Where is the dignity within this? And respect and honor. And there is a certain level where, again, as a parent, when I look at my kids, I want them to have this level of almost saying, wow, that is where I want to be.
But those adjectives and the word authoritarianism don't go together. What dictator do you know that has respect and dignity for others? I mean, that's just not part of the MO.
713-440-8870. We're interested in your thoughts on this topic. Let's go to Marisol from Southeast Houston. Marisol, what's on your mind?
Thank you. And James, I appreciate your service to our country. I can say that the current occupant of the White House is basically the Regina George of current politics, right?
Regina
He
George.
Yes, from Mean Girls.
From Mean Girls.
Remember the burn book?
Yep.
That's what he has done. And all of the words that were just mentioned, dignity, respect, it's gone out the window, right?
Yeah.
When
Right.
we think about the fact that this is a person that campaigned by making fun of a person's disability, by speaking about women in a degrading manner and what he can do to them because of his celebrity status. He's just being true to form. I don't even know why people are surprised anymore by what this current occupant of the White House does. And
Well-
what's sad is that the very people that support him, that have been talking about, oh, this is your president and you have to respect him even if you didn't vote for him, and, so on and so forth, they excuse this behavior.
Well, you look what he said about the Reiners 2 days ago. I mean, it's just he has no compassion or empathy for the average American person that I can see.
But I don't know if people want a leader that is compassionate and kind, and they want to see somebody. I mean, America voted for
President
him.
Obama was both.
To
I
see,
thought.
yeah.
I thought he had every compassion and every understanding, and there are a lot of good men and women out there that do. And we're going
Marisol,
to find them, and we're going to elect them.
thank you for calling. Let's grab Stephen from Katy. Stephen, what's on your mind? You there, Stephen? Let's go on to Philip from Rosenberg. Philip, are you there?
Yeah, and thank you very much, for this particular topic that you guys have brought today. I'm a U.S. citizen, but I came from outside. But a lot of us who came attracted to the American way of life and the American democracy, we are baffled and confused. Because the point is that we have President Trump, and to be honest with you, I used to like him. I'm a Christian. And not only a Christian, but I'm a pastor. I feel so disappointed with the way he's conducting himself. He is very much an unusual president in the United States. Because, imagine the level of pettiness and everything, but I don't really have much of a problem, and I did not have much of an expectation of him. I am just worried about the group of Americans who feel that everything that this president is doing, they sign on to it. They are okay with it. Whether they are in Congress or they are out there, they don't see any problem with it. If I can talk about cultural shock, it was not the one that I had when I came to this country. I am really confused now, but because this is like what people say, un-American. There is so much pettiness, there is so much lack of dignity, there is no. So as a Christian, I just want to appeal to President Trump. He can be much better if he gets rid of all of this pettiness and focus on trying to unify the American people. And even those that are supporting him, they should understand that they are creating a culture and an environment that will never be good for America.
Philip, thank you
Philip.
for that. It's a good point. And I do want to clarify, too, we're not saying you can't have opinions. Donald Trump can have opinions about all of his predecessors. Putting them on plaques under their portraits in the White House, that's where I'm concerned.
Patty.
Again, 713-440-8870. You're listening to Hello Houston. Let's go to Juan from Houston. Juan, welcome to Hello Houston. What is your comment or question?
Hi, yes, Ron. My comment is this. One, he is the President of the United States. He is a resident of that White House, and he could do whatever he wants inside the White House. The question is it the right thing to do as the President of the United States? I think that's what we have to ask ourselves. As a president, talking bad about other presidents, that's not what we expect from our president, the leading president of the United States.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I think that we're in agreement. When you live in a home, you can decorate your house as you want. If he wants to put those up, it's the idea that there's a presidential walk of fame there at the White House overlooking what was the Rose Garden. I do believe it's that promenade between the White House and the Oval Office where people come in and see that. It's not a private thing that they have. It's on, and not public display, but it's on display. And that's, I think, what rubs me.
And I do want to push back a little bit on, it's the president and the White House is a house and he's moving into it. It's a historical place. I mean, there are historical places, houses here in Houston that you can't just paint any color you want.
That's
so there
a good point.
also is historical preservation groups that make sure you go to Galveston, and there are requirements and things that you can't just blow out walls. I mean, this is the White House of the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
This is not just a resident. If he can buy a house in D.C. if he really feels like he needs to redecorate. But that's just my
Juan,
personal
thank you for calling and sharing your point of view, and thanks to everyone who participated in the conversation. Remember, you can always share your point of view.